So I'm Mike Hayes. I run sales. I'm not in marketing. If all of you are in marketing, that's really not my bag. It's kind of funny when Rand looked over at me first and said, do you know what pogo sticking is? Well, I do. I had a pogo stick in the 70s and used to hop around the garage in it, on it. So my bad there. So one of the things that has been clear on the first few presentations is it's great for sales because, you know, leads come to our website. They're all informed about what you do. They want to buy from you. You know, what is the future of sales? You know, we just basically take orders and go from there. Well, it's a little bit different than that. So I've got 15 minutes on this. The future of sales to me is really a combination of three things. The first thing is really understanding your customer journey from the point that marketing sort of hands over something to you. The second part of that is the segmentation of sales roles, and most sort of SaaS companies are on the leading edge of how they're segmenting their sales roles to align with the customer journey. And then the third thing is there's so many innovative tool sets on the sales side now to help support each of those roles to be most optimal in how they go about moving people through that process. I just reacquainted myself with the Glengarry Glen Ross video a few minutes ago, but you know, I actually come from this era, era where you had to find your own leads, you had to write your own letters, you licked the envelopes and sent the letters out, and you know, scheduled your follow-up a couple of days later when you hoped that the post office had delivered those things. And in those days, the software was typically in the corporate offices, and there wasn't really anything for you out in the field offices to work with. So pretty hard to understand what's going on, how you connected with marketing and all of that. I want to start off with, though, looking at mapping the customer journey, and why it's all sort of focused on almost the post journey here is that's the reality of one segment of your customer base will be visiting your website already part selected you as a vendor or one of 2 or 3 vendors that they might be interested in. So part of your sales strategy must be, how do you deal with those people that are already full of content delivered by various different systems, as we just learned about, and knowledge about your application and what you provide. But there is a period before that, and part of the segmentation of job functions is to deliver on that. In our company, we've laid out our customer journey, and we've laid alongside that customer journey the segments that speak to each of the different parts of the customer journey. So whether it's the lead and the size, shape, and form of that lead, it's the handoff to another function in our business that we call sales development reps, that really take a certain, as Dominic said, buying persona, or a set of things that describe the person we want to talk to from marketing and drive those people to a point where they might be wanting to go through a buy process with them. My sales development reps actually then hand over that lead to a sales team that focuses on moving the client through the final stages of the buying process. Once we get to the end of that, we then have a number of other functions that are all split into little silos that then take care of the customers in order to drive them through the next life with us. You know, we have customer care that responds to people that come to our website. We have customer success that actually proactively reaches out to customers to fill them full of best practices and knowledge about what have you. And we have customer engagement that are there trying to develop platforms to help organizations actually get committed to our platform of services. It all starts with, connecting everything together so that you have data, and the data then can provide you insights. The thing for us in my business, we typically have data for each of the different silos, and we keep them as simple as possible so that their leader can understand what's going on in the actual department. So given all these roles, coffee isn't just for the closers in your business now. It's for your marketing people, your sales development reps, your customer success, your customer care, your customer engagement people. As this guy was, I don't know what he was doing in the movie, but obviously a lot of different things go on in the sales process. So the first thing I do when I join a new company is agree with my marketing guy, David Bars, down here, in this case, what I might like to have as a lead, and what are the components of that thing that comes through. And David then spends his time building a database of things that look like that thing that I want to talk to as a sales leader. So we have this handshake. In my last couple of companies, I didn't do this, and often got into trouble because the marketing person would go to some event, come back, and there'll be another 5,000 leads for my sales team, and he'd proudly talk to the CEO about the 5,000 leads he's brought in and the fact that salespeople can't keep up. Well, putting the demographic or the elements that I want to see within that, where the companies are. So I like to talk to people in the US and Canada, what size they are. I like to talk to companies that are 20 salespeople or bigger, and figuring out some of the close ratios I might have. If I have those types of things, then I can go from there. The other interesting thing is the trend not to ask questions on the way in. Let's not ask anybody about who they are, what the company is, or anything like that, except for their email address. Well, the problem with that is you can't segment, target, focus, or do anything with that. Great thing is there's tons of tools now that we have out there that can actually fill in all that data for you. So we actually just ask for email address on the way in today. We get a name and a last name, but then we use these tools to actually augment the leads that are coming in, so we can segment, target, focus, drive activities to these people. So marketing now supplies me with a database of people that are of the right demographic, right size, right geography, right vertical markets, and my sales development reps then agree that they've got a list to work on, and then they start working on that list to find out who we can talk to and whatnot. Actually, this is an area where sales has got a lot simpler, because instead of sending them a nice flowery letter of content that you think might interest them on your services, if any of you have followed a guy called Aaron Ross in Predictable Revenue, basically you just need to say, who's in charge of sales? Can you refer me to him? And that's all you need to do. And surprisingly, you get incredible response rates from that, from people referring you internally. It's of an order of magnitude. It's like 10 times what you do sending some flowery email or whatnot. We're working with Aaron Ross's company, Carburetor, right now, and it's fun seeing how just very simple messaging drives people to your site. Once again, we want to collect simple metrics, how many people we're contacting, what type of appointments are we getting, and whatnot. There's some great advancements in tools in this area that are, every salesperson should have in their bag. Yesware and TowTap were companies that first to market. My company, PipelineDeals, also has some tools here. And it's around understanding when people are interacting with the content you actually send out to them. So if you knew that somebody had opened your email 16 seconds ago, and you pick up the phone and call that person, and they happen to say hello while they're sitting down looking at their email, You might want to say, hey, did you see my email? Well, funnily enough, I'm looking at your email. You then have opened up a dialogue, and it's a better opportunity for you to communicate. If you try and follow up with that email 2 hours later, 4 hours later, they've forgotten what they were doing. Rand's already been through another 150 things on his cell phone there, whacking away in the background. Also, you know, if you're on the phone and they say, well, I'm not the right person, the person's somebody else, there's tools for grabbing that information directly from things like LinkedIn. We have a little thing we call a grabber, and you can basically surf to that site at that moment in time, click on that, and it's in your CRM, and you can target that person right there and then. There are other tools in our bag to sort of grease the wheels on closing business. And these are tools that are in the e-signature space or conferencing. I don't know how many of you do video conferencing, but I've been on 2 video conferences today. I actually see the whites of the people's eyes on the other side. They know when I'm looking at my phone, or they're looking at their phone, or they're getting a bit bored about things. But you can truly do meetings now with video conferencing and whatnot, you know, over the internet without having to go in person. Similarly for closing tools like DocuSign that just around the corner here, and Right Signature, being able to get the documents signed on the dotted line. Customer service has also changed and is, you know, for me a very important part of my sales process, because I want to bring, you know, happy customers through the system, because there's a cycle. You know, they're happy customers. They then can become references for you. They'll join the community. Part of being in the community, they'll speak about your stuff. That allows you to develop referrals. Referrals develop new business. And if you believe any of the information today around client lifetime value, only 5 to 30% of client lifetime value is now on the initial sale, the rest being on the balance of the sale with you. So shifting your emphasis to have people support that, drive people through your reference program, your community portals, and everything else is an important part of your sales mix. But in this area, people are also segmenting their sales. So in our company, we're a little company, but we have a customer care team, we have a customer engagement team, we have a customer success team. All of those people are doing different roles for our business. We think of customer care as actually a marketing cost, in that we want to make sure that people, when they call, can actually talk to somebody. They can even talk to my people for a long time. Lisa down here in the front spent an hour and a half with somebody today. You know, they don't get that anywhere else. Certainly any other CRM company, but it's a part of our marketing. In the case of engagement, we put engagement programs together that are there to help people learn about our platform, implement best practices, and get the most out of your sales system. Customer success, we deploy sneaky tools that learn about what your habits are. By knowing what your habits are in your behavior and whatnot, we can then go to you and start talking to you about either exploring how to do more with your habits, or changing those habits if they're not quite right. And then customer success also drives a knowledge of where do those customers come from. You know, how long will they stay, or have they stayed? You know, when will they buy more? And we collect data around that so that we can drive that back into our marketing. And then, you know, not that we're here, there's some great examples of communities out here in the Moz world that you can put together. And some of the things that I talked about, having your customers speak to objections your competitors might have on that website, hosting webinars, building a vibrant community that communicates and works with each other, is something that you need to set up. We do executive business reviews in my customer success program, and we talk to clients about their health, the health of their usage of our application. Sometimes health's not very good, so we're pretty plain with those people. Basically tell them that they're not using our application. There's a problem, and we work through that. And sometimes health is great. connect all your systems together, and then that allows you to run your data analytics and understand your metrics in each of those component pieces that form the sales process. So really the future of sales, as I said, is this, being able to map your customer journey into component functions that, aligned with technology solutions, help you drive your customers through a silky smooth process and engagement with your customers. All right, that's me. I think I've got to invite Ron from Simply Measured.